What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we have more of this glorious drama that is playing out with Sweet Baby Inc. And it's actually kind of brought up old drama from like 6 months ago that is now being rehashed all over again, and it's kind of coming full circle, and it's pretty fun to watch this all play out. Now, this is a video uploaded to Twitter from the Act Man. Now, the Act Man and Az from HeelvsBabyface had some issues about 6 months ago because Az had that famous or infamous, however you want to look at it, Starfield rant that Dan Vask, his good buddy Dan Vask, clipped out for him during his live stream, and then asked Az, famously said, "Hey, Az, I clipped out your rant. It's really good. You mind if I upload it to Twitter? Might get a little heat, though." That's the understatement of the year. So anyway, he uploaded it, Dan did, and it went mega viral. And much like anything that goes as viral as that went, and that's the most viral thing that I think I've had anyone that I know have. I mean, it was insane how massively viral that went. And of course, Az got absolutely annihilated by the internet, and he also gained a ton of new followers through that, because through all the bullshit, what he said was 1000% accurate. And that's what some people, not everybody, because most people with a logical thinking brain and common sense, they can understand exactly what Az's point was through that rant. But a lot of people wanted to clown on him, and welcome to the internet. That's part of it. But through all the bullshit, Az had phenomenal points that have now, through all the time that's passed, been proven 1000% right. Well, the Act Man took full advantage of that when it happened, and he was getting a ton of traction on Twitter by going after Az. Credit where credit's due. Nothing wrong with that, if that's what you want to do. So he was getting like 50, 60, 70,000 likes by going after Az, saying some really like disrespectful shit, which is totally fine. But if you're going to say disrespectful shit to the point that he said it, then don't expect to be treated with respect when this shit starts falling apart for you. Anyway, this Sweet Baby Inc. story pops up, and the Act Man suddenly just acts so surprised. Oh my gosh, woke video games are going on? Consultant firms are happening in the video game industry? Oh man, I never knew all of this was happening. And a lot of people were like, bro, like, this is the point Az was making, but you were too busy clowning on him because you couldn't actually see and understand what he was talking about because you were too busy taking advantage of an internet pile-on. Again, nothing wrong with that, but now don't act like you're aware of the problem suddenly, because the problem's been going on for a long time. So anyway, through all of that, this got re-brought up, and he got clowned big time because it's coming full circle now, because time will prove Az to be 1000% right, and it already is proving him right. And that's the funniest part of all of this, is that he got absolutely annihilated by the internet, and 6 months later, now he's being proven 1000% right, which he always was. But the Act Man is struggling really badly right now with all of this, and we're going to listen to his response, because he just uploaded a response video that I think is a terrible response video. Now, to be clear, Az is his own man. He does whatever he wants. Obviously, we're friends, and I respect the hell out of Az. I love that dude. If I'm in Az's position, am I saying I would handle everything like he has? No. Would Az handle everything like I handle situations? No. But Az is my boy, and I got his back, and he is 1000% correct on his Starfield rant and how he has handled a disingenuous person like the Act Man. Let's listen to the Act Man. Here we go.
All right, what's up, everybody? This video is going to be posted on Twitter. It's going to be the evidence I talked about in regards to the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. If you're in the loop on that, great. If not, long story short, I made a tweet about Sweet Baby Inc., looking into it, and it has reignited the discourse around Starfield. So let's start with this. This account made this tweet, how it started versus how it's going. You know, kind of clowning on me a little bit, and I'm like, I don't recall hearing about Sweet Baby Inc. when all that...
Don't see, this is where the disingenuous part comes in. Kind of clowning on me a little bit. Dude, you said... this gorilla-shaped dude needs to be shot with a tranquilizer. Don't sit there and act like you didn't say it. And that's the problem, is he's trying to be manipulative right here and just gloss past the... And again, there's nothing wrong with talking shit on somebody. don't act like you didn't do it. All right, you legit said this gorilla-shaped man is crying like a child and he needs to be shot with a bear tranquilizer. That's what you said. I know you want to gloss over that, but that's what you said. And that is a key component in this whole thing.
Starfield discourse is going down, so I've only learned of this company's existence in the last week or so. By the way, it turns out Starfield has no connection with Sweet Baby Inc. as far as we know. My offer to Az is still open if he changes his mind, and
Starfield having a connection to Sweet Baby Inc. is irrelevant. Which, again, missing the point. Do you think Sweet Baby Inc. is the only problem in the gaming world right now? Do you think that's the only problem? You think that's the only thing that are making games woke and the whole fucking industry is having problems? He's missing the point.
And wants to talk with me, public or private. So here's what Az says. We had an opportunity to speak. I lost interest when you were talking out of both sides of your mouth. One side saying you wanted to talk and we were trying to arrange a time. The other side making more videos shitting on me for views as you were just another content engagement farmer. You showed me who you were, someone not worth the time of day. Okay. This kind of upsets me because content engagement farmer. Meanwhile, yesterday you made a 13-minute video based off of 2 tweets I made. Who's farming? You say,
bro, you're acting like he just hit you out of nowhere. Like, you're the one that created all of this, not him. You responded to him over and over again and took personal shots, which, again, is totally fine. I'm not saying you can't do that or you shouldn't do that. I'm saying stop acting like you didn't create this with him. The one-on-one situation, you created it by what you did and how you went after him. Now you're Mr. like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening.
I'm content and engagement farming, but I made one video on the topic in which you are not the sole focus of it, and I didn't use your face or name in the title or thumbnail. Not much of a farm, is it? So look, man, you got your reasons for not wanting to talk to me after all this.
And see, I like how he doesn't, like, go back to look at his tweets and look at the, again, nothing wrong with it, but don't act like it didn't happen. Your tweets got 60 and 70,000 likes, which is the most I think you've probably ever gotten outside of maybe your demonetization. Your tweets went mega viral because he was going mega viral. So your responses to him were directly connected to his viral take. And that's fine. Don't act like you didn't do it. But of course, he's glossing past that. Really annoying.
I understand. What I don't get is why you're continuing to fan the flames and farm me for content if that's what you're calling me out for doing. I'm posting this video to Twitter, man. I'm going to make all of $3 if I'm lucky. I don't have plans to make a video on Sweet Baby Inc. or you. So if that's what we're going to do, I'm at least going to share the DMs between me and the third party, which show I continuously reached out with good intentions. We could have talked on a live stream on your channel. I think a lot of people would have tuned into that. Probably would have gotten a lot of views, donations, and ad revenue, and we could have squashed the beef in front of everyone. And it's funny because something similar is happening right now with me and another creator, Tommy C, someone who's arguably criticized me harder than anybody else. If you remember back when my channel got demonetized, he and I had some beef. It was pretty bad. So if me and Tommy can hop on a live stream and hash this shit out, then you and I could have too. Again, for more context, the Starfield hot text video was posted on September 13th. Now, Az had posted other videos about Starfield discourse. We were both at the center of that. So yeah, of course, we're going to make content. We're YouTubers. That's what we do. I have no issues with him criticizing me in this video. I might disagree with the things that he said, but the fact that he made this video at all, I have no problems with. So this video was posted September 4th. This one's September 8th. So all the DMs I'm going to show you are between me and Mauler. I don't want nobody giving Mauler shit for this. He did his best to try and mediate a conversation. He was in an awkward position. Nobody give Mauler shit.
Okay, obviously I know Mauler. I have not talked to Mauler, but I don't know if Mauler has given permission for this. If he did, that's fine. If he didn't, holy shit. And again, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is that if I've ever been in a situation like this, and I have, and I've needed to show someone DMs, whether it be private or even on a public thing, I ask for permission, and then I state that I've had permission because that's the right thing to do. It's just such a bullshit thing to do, to show DMs. And again, maybe he did get permission, but I would think he would give that information. You go, hey, I've talked to Mahler. He gave me the okay to do this. He didn't say that. But he leaves a lot of things out, so maybe he just left it out.
Okay, so here are the DMs with Mahler. I say, some people in my Twitch chat were telling me I should ask you to set up a discussion with Az and have you be a moderator. What do you think about that? September 6th. Just pay attention to the dates and times. Mahler says, I'm super unfamiliar with the game. I don't think Az is going to be interested. He's just carrying on doing his thing. Not much of a fan of any of the viral posts about him, being that there's so much missing context about his views on the whole thing. Great.
Now, at this point, if it's me, well, first of all, my DMs are open. Anybody can fucking message me. But if it's me in that situation and I have a mutual involved, if you're reaching out to my mutual would just go, yo, Ackman wants to talk. I'll be like, give him my phone number. Call me. Let's fucking talk. I've done that plenty of times in the past. That's me, though. Now, I've never been in a situation that Az was in. Az was viral. Like, dude, after... like all the shit I've been through online, I ain't never been through anything remotely close to what Az went through with that whole thing. I can't even imagine. But what I do know is this is the guy who was trying to capitalize off of it more than anybody. And now he's playing Mr. Innocent right here, acting like I only made one video. Doesn't want to mention all the other shit he did.
Let's talk, and you can provide that context to me directly. Is there something specific you wanted to talk to him about? Well, I think it'd be good for us to talk about it. Could do well for our channels and bridge a gap, so to speak. You make your videos, I make my video. Then we can come together, talk about it on your channel, my channel, and have an interesting conversation. We make content. Hopefully squash the beef, shake hands, move on, everyone's happy.
Well, to be fair, and I know a lot of people that don't know what's going on, but like Az has done this in the past with people. It's happened. Multiple creators, bigger creators than the Act Man, by the way. This has happened. Az has worked it out, and guess what? It didn't really have any, well, at least a couple of instances didn't have any long-term benefits to it, but we're talking about people that are bigger than the Act Man. Az has talked about it and worked it out. He's been through this before. There's a way you can tell if somebody's genuine or not.
You could pose the idea to him and see what he says. You know me decently well. I'm not the type of person to hold grudges or hate someone just because I disagree with them. I'm sure we wouldn't just talk about the game, but the concepts of woke culture and media too. I wouldn't necessarily want to treat it as a debate. So at this point in time, I don't want the conversation between me and Az to be treated as like, okay, I'm right, you're wrong, let's fucking go. I think there's too much bad blood at this point. He doesn't believe you made those tweets in the interest of understanding the situation, but rather for engagement. He's not interested, and I don't think he will be convinced otherwise. He felt very supportive of you and a lot of what you had to go through, like the demonetization. So obviously this has created a very sour impression. Understandable. Then let's talk in private, just the three of us. Private conversation, not about content. Let's just try to understand each other. I made those tweets because I didn't understand what he was saying. And because it's...
So you admit you didn't understand what he was saying. Okay. Keep that in mind. He said, I made those tweets because I didn't understand what he was saying.
It's the internet. You know, we're public figures. You goof and gaff on me, I do the same. He doesn't strike me as a shy man. What could be the harm in a private conversation? I very much appreciate that he was supportive of my situation back then. I will always have a certain level of respect for people that did. Tell him that's why I'm reaching out. This is still true. This is still true. I still have a certain amount of respect for Az for having my back in my darkest time. It might create more drama to tag Az in a public tweet, and I have no other way to contact him, so I'd like to settle this bad blood if possible. I understand if it puts you in an awkward middleman situation.
And that's true. Everything Ackman is saying right there, 100%. Like at that point, like, all right, that's genuine, that's cool. I hear you on that.
Spoken with Az, and he said he is happy to have a private chat with us. The idea of no audience and just us to figure out the miscommunications, differences in a call will hopefully have some good outcomes. Only he's gotten a fever and I think has the flu right now, so might need like a week before setting this up. Do you want to let me know what kind of availability you have? Sounds good.
So that right there, Az has agreed based on what appears to be good faith from the Act Man. And it sounds like it was good faith. Guess what? It wasn't.
Let him know that I do have a video about Starfield hot takes going up. It's a bit late for me to unpull the trigger, and it is mostly for content purposes. As he made a couple videos on this subject, I hope he understands.
Again, nothing wrong with the man making a video. Nothing wrong with the man making a video and getting his grift on. I need to make that clear. It's not about him making the video. Make your fucking videos. Make any videos you want. But don't sit there and privately try to act like you're operating in good faith when you're clearly not. You literally just said, I didn't understand what he was saying in the rant. Clearly you didn't. And now here you are after saying, I didn't understand and I'd really like to talk. By the way, I've got a clown video coming out where I'm roasting him. 2 + 2 does not equal 4 in this equation.
There are more important things than our squabble disagreement on this subject. He stuck up for me in my darkest hour, so I want to make sure he knows he has an ally should his channel ever face any unfair demonetization of videos or God forbid his channel gets terminated.
Actions speak louder than words. You just said he stuck up for me in my darkest hour, which he did, which I did, which many people did. And luckily, yes, many people, look, YouTube, it sucks being that type of YouTuber that you're skirting the line of monetization, and hell, even YouTubers that don't walk the line. Monetization issues are a terrifying thing when you are a YouTuber and your entire money relies on that. It's terrifying. And I understand it. He understands it. Az understands it. Pretty much everybody that's a YouTuber in our space gets it. And when he went through that, I'd never spoken with the Act Man. I didn't follow him on Twitter, but I damn sure signal boosted him. I damn sure was like, bro, everybody needs to retweet this. If this guy's getting demonetized, we are all screwed. And Az did that, and everybody, Gary, Ryan, everybody was having his back. Does that mean he can never criticize us? Fuck no. But you're sitting there going, hey, have my back in my darkest hour. By the way, even though we've agreed to talk, I do have another video coming out that I'm clowning on him for. Nah, man, that's not cool.
That's what I was going to say. So at this point, you might be asking the question, well, if you were trying to mend the bridge, why did you post the video? There's a few reasons. Number one, this Twitter exchange took place over a week, and I had no indication until I finished the video that Az was down to talk to me. This is pretty bad timing. I just spent 30, 35, 40 hours on a video. What am I going to do? Just scrap it? Reason I posted it, I didn't think it would hurt his feelings, honestly. In fact, I made a concentrated effort to make the video not just about him. I included a bunch of different Starfield hot takes.
It's not about hurting his feelings. He said, as well as Mahler, you showed in the DMs, Mahler was basically like, hey, he's not really like interested because he feels like you're disingenuous and you're not really understanding what he's saying, yada, yada, yada. And you continue to pounce and say, I am genuine. I do mean this. I really want to work this out, blah, 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 blah. And then he agrees to it. And then you go, oh, by the way, I got another video coming out clowning on him. Shouldn't be a big deal. It's like, dude, the guy already said no because he doesn't believe you're genuine. You fought to convince him that you were genuine. And then when he agreed, and then he was like, oh, by the way, I got another video coming out. Can't really pull that one back. Then you proved him right that you weren't genuine, which was his initial response to you in the beginning. Doesn't mean you can't make the video. Doesn't mean you can't rant about him. Doesn't mean you can't roast him. It just means, why would anybody take you seriously when you clearly are the disingenuous fuck that he claimed you were?
He seemed like the type of guy who could take criticism, roll with the punches, and laugh at himself a bit. I respected that. I'll be available until the 16th. I'll be leaving to go visit someone. As he made a couple videos on the subject, I hope he understands. We're content creators. We make videos. We're both involved in this. I don't have any problems with him making videos about it, so I expect the same courtesy. I expect the understanding that we can critique each other on videos and come together and actually talk to each other like real people. It's very important he understands that whatever our disagreements on this subject, I am 100% willing to help him should his channel ever be in jeopardy. That being said, I put many hours into this latest video and I can't just pull it. He seems strong-willed though, so hopefully it doesn't bother him much. Big fucking miscalculation on my part, 'cause it did. I'd be down for a private chat. Come back from my trip. Yo, any updates? I think after the new video, he's absolutely not interested, and that's putting it nicely. Sorry, dude, I think you were both stand-up guys, but some things just don't work out. So this is how I start to get the impression that Az just wanted a one-sided shit-slinging contest. He wanted to be the one to be able to make videos, and as I've been shown...
That's 100% absolute. Dude, he agreed to talk to you in private. Did he have videos come out after the agreement? You did. He didn't. It's not complicated.
Showing you he's ducking every opportunity to actually confront and talk to me directly. All of these DMs had to be done through a third party because he wouldn't reach out to me. Why though? I don't understand. He made his videos and I made one. So what's the deal? Again, I don't want to press and make either of you uncomfortable or anything, but I'm genuinely confused. I'm fine with his videos about me being up. I didn't think he was the type of guy to let stuff like that bother him too much. Miscalculation. Miscalculation on my part. Rules for thee, but not for me. I get to talk shit. You can't make content about this, Act Man. No, no, no. Only I get to. He doesn't believe it's about understanding the situation, so he's not interested. I've asked him a decent bit in a lot of ways, just not meant to be. What does he think my intentions are? If it's a private call, I'm not going to record it to put him on blast or anything. That would be super scummy and make me look like a dick. What's the harm in a private conversation? Like I said,
what you agreed to makes you look super scummy and look like a dick. You agreed to a private conversation with someone that did not feel that you were genuine. After convincing them that you were coming to them genuinely, you then decided, well, after the agreement, by the way, I got another video coming out that's I'm basically just roasting you again. Again, nothing wrong with that, but don't act like you're actually there in good faith at that point in time. It's really what this comes down to.
I've asked him about it. I'd prefer to stop varying messages. It's just not meant to be. This is where I left it off. Well, I guess the record will show who was willing to talk and who wasn't, who was willing to discuss things like men and who cowered away like a pussy. I appreciate the effort. Apologies again for putting you in this awkward position. So I'm kind of upset at this point. It's like I'm trying my best to talk to this guy, and I'm not saying Az didn't have valid reason.
See, I've been in this exact situation in the past. Okay, I've been in this exact situation in the past with Star Wars Explained. Star Wars Explained, who went after me, by the way, first. All right, this is a long fucking time ago. Whatever. Star Wars Explained, who went after me when Star Wars Explained had like 500,000 subscribers and I had like 20,000 subscribers, went after me. I made a response video taking it on the chin. And then Star Wars Explained came out with another disingenuous video. So then I got pissed and I made another video where I was a lot like less. I was pretty aggressive, said a lot of F-bombs. And I essentially said, like, there's going to come a day where me and you are face to face and you're going to have to confront me. Not a threat. I'm saying I'm going to walk up to you, shake your hand, and ask you about what you've done. There was a mutual that I'm not going to show the mutual's DMs, but there was a mutual, big streamer, big YouTuber, reached out and did I can't remember. One or the other. I think maybe me and the person was talking, and then this was so long ago I'm trying to remember. I said, I'm going to be at Star Wars Celebration. Can you please ask him to meet me so we can hash this out and be done with it? I just want to talk face to face and be done with it. Never happened. He wouldn't meet me. I did confront him finally because I saw him out in the public and went up to him and tried to talk to him, and he kept going. But I was like, it's not like I was going to agree to a meeting and go, by the way, I got another video that's going to shit on you, but we're still going to talk and hash things out, because that would be disingenuous as fuck. That's what the Act Man is doing. Nothing wrong with it, but don't act like that's not what you're doing, because that's exactly what you're doing.
Reasons and feelings for why he didn't want to talk. It's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. We both move on. We don't have to talk. The problem I have now is that you are using me to farm content and engagement. You are stoking the flames while at the same time avoiding any direct conversation with me. If you're so confident that I'm a disingenuous asshole grifter who only says whatever the most socially acceptable thing is, then expose me for that. Expose me for that on a live stream in front of everybody where I can't hide behind the magic of editing. Why not? Well, it's safe to say that's probably never going to happen, so what does the future hold? Well, I have been talking with Jeremy from the Quartering, and we were planning on doing a live stream together, talking about this sort of thing, like the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, and maybe the Starfield pronouns and woke stuff in video games, all that jazz, and like have an actual conversation about it. So if everything with the Quartering doesn't work out tomorrow, then I'm going to be talking with Tommy C on his channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'm done with this petty high school shit-slinging drama. Yeah, back to regular videos.
Hey guys, he's way above the drama, guys. Okay, he's way above the drama. Whatever. Anyway, the bottom line is, I do understand on the outside looking in why some people would just say like, hey, why won't Az just talk to him? But on the flip side, like I said, he's already done this with creators bigger than Act Man, had conversations, hashed it out, and ultimately, I don't think that, I don't have all the specifics of the details, but ultimately, it didn't have any long-term benefits to the situation. That's not to say that this one couldn't have, but I feel, in my opinion, Act Man's actions did not come off genuine at all. So again, Az has his way of handling things, and while I don't have to agree with that, I can totally understand where he's coming from. For me, like I said, like for instance, hypothetically, if the Act Man messages me, I'll talk to you. I'll probably not tell you what you want to hear, but I'll talk to you. I do, again, it goes back to the private messages of like, did you get Mahler's permission? And I don't even like that Mahler is pulled into this. You could have just said like a third party without saying who it was. But again, maybe you got his permission. Maybe you did. But I feel like you should have said that you're like, hey, I talked to Mahler, made sure it's okay. I put this out there, got his clearance. That's what I think the decent thing to do is. But either way, listen, Actman is a fantastic YouTuber. No doubt about that. I've never said that he wasn't. I think that there's a lot of disingenuous ways that he's approached this and other things. And but at the end of the day, if he just, you know, focuses on moving forward, he's going to be fine. He makes great content. He puts a ton of time into it. But I stand with Heel versus Babyface 1,000%. And we'll see what happens with this, but I just wanted to do a quick reaction because I found it pretty interesting. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.